Hi, everybody.
Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good for me.
I've pooped so much today.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, it's gone from my life now.
Until it returns
Well,
with a vengeance.
it's a constant battle, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Specs. Hey, Medesign.
something
Hello.
like that. Hello, everybody. We're running a charity. Iggy, do your thing.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome once again to well, it's Pride Month's Eve right now, and as with last Pride Month, we are taking part in Queers Fight Against Transphobia, a charity where we're raising money for I forget exactly which charity it is right now.
I think it's a transgender law firm. Or
Yes,
law
the
center.
the Transgender Law Center, which is going to be very helpful in these unprecedented times. It will be this charity stream will be going throughout the entire month of June, and there are going to be several other streamers who are taking part. Koboltoon is one of them. Goral Stream Team, we know them well, and some special guest participants who can't commit to the full time, like Spoony Cat or Spoony. Forget the actual full name. Hang on a second here. Oh no. And Dukavash. There we go. I had to get the Twitch stream out of the way there. So keep an eye on the Twitter. We will be, cross-posting when other folks are going live, and there will be a donation link somewhere.
Exclamation donate will bring up the link in YouTube and in Twitch.
There we go. Exclamation mark donate brings up the donation link, and if you go on Twitter.
Oh, wow. That gave ours too. I'll have to fix that.
If you go on Twitter, actually I'll just put the link in the thing right now. You can have a look at the official Twitter for the group stuff. There are going to be several different, reward streams for your various favorite streamers. As an example, the Gorals will be taking part in the One Chip Challenge at some point. Jax will die.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh.
It's a spicy chip.
I would have done it, but I can never get a hold of the damn things.
It's also not as funny if you do it. You can handle spice.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, there's going to be several different reward streams. For example, when we reach a certain number of donation dollars, will be doing a special stream where I'm practicing and performing a Majora's Mask speedrun.
Hey, we just got a $50 donation from Specs.
Specs, thank you so much for the donation.
Babs.
There we go. The only sad thing about that is we're no longer at $420 raised.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gorals kicked us up to a really good start, and hopefully we'll be able to keep that ball a-rolling.
Okay.
But I think that's enough shilling for now.
Exclamation donate should not trigger stream elements to be like, give Jay money.
Let's double check that. There you go. It works.
But if you want to give Jay money, that's exclamation tip. But right now, focus on the exclamation donate.
Yes. It goes to a great cause. And like I said, that's enough shilling, so let's just get started with
Yeah.
whatever empty slot.
Yeah, we are playing. Son of a bitch. That's fine. Okay, we are playing Star Trek Resurgence. It's basically a Telltale game set in the Next Generation universe.
Not on Steam, but the TV Tropes page is up. Came out about a week ago. Says Metasign.
Yeah, sounds about right. I know nothing about it other than that it's a Telltale-like by Dramatic Labs. Also, you'll notice above our heads some sub-goals.
What?
This is independent of the charity. This is just, if we hit these numbers, we will do these things. I'm dreading the possibility of Fester's Quest, but, there it is.
Oh, Medizan, are you saying we're gonna get to meet Boimler? I want to meet Boimler.
Captain's log.
Everyone wants to meet Boimler.
7931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them.
There's a little bit of funkiness on the sound.
I think it's the ion storm.
The nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order,
It's okay.
chaos, in this case,
But yeah, it's just little poppy.
Yeah, I'm getting that too.
Poppies will make them sleep.
Let's
Our new first
see what
officer
happens.
is en route to the Resolute. Jar our
Hey,
rider.
Purple.
Hey,
I
Purple.
know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Quick, name that forehead.
Actually,
you paused just as something happened.
just as something happened. I think something happened with the settings is what happened.
It's possible. I double checked to make sure it wasn't just Discord screwing things. I did listen to the stream itself, and there was a little bit of funk.
I picked that up too. Let me restart it.
We're restarting it.
Well,
What are we all doing?
Zelda 2 randomizer race? Oh,
Yeah.
you mean for the thing? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
If we hit
get
20
to
subs.
20 subs of Zelda 2 randomizer race.
Jax,
Hi, Jax.
thank you for the donate.
At 30 subs, it'll be Simon's Quest with crowd control on to make it that much more interesting. 40 subs will be my first ever attempt at Castlevania 3
Ooh, that's a
and-
hard one.
in my life.
Back before Alucard was hot.
No, I mean, fewer pixels. That doesn't, oh.
No, he's an old man. He's like
Oh.
hunched over and stuff. It's weird.
What?
Ooh.
No, that's
No.
Grant.
That's. I was gonna say Ralph, but yeah, it's Grant. No, he just looks like a standard like a standard Dracula with a tuxedo.
Oh, okay.
Standard Dracula.
Speaking
Whoa.
of subscriptions, we just got a new one. Rook, thanks for the resub.
Purple Ringtail gifted that sub.
Thank you for the gift sub.
Can we get a side stream?
I hope.
Yeah, that did get killed.
Well, a lot of things happened while I'm trying to get this thing to work.
I understand. Tech is difficult.
I know.
It's always audio.
That's sounding better now.
Sounds exactly the same to me.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4.
It's still a bit funky.
Crew is restless.
It might just be that the whole thing is
piecing our
funky.
ship back together. Finally about to venture out on a new mission.
Let's get into it and see what happens.
Muddle.
And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down.
I'm gonna guess it's the ion storm.
They're ready for something different. I know I am.
Because the music isn't glitching, it's just the guy talking.
Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy. the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good.
If the sound is actually buggy, we can blame that guy in the credits.
Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Another donation. Thank you, Iggy.
You're welcome. Oh.
Whoops.
Gadgets.
No problem.
That's $500.
What?
I'm not great with flying,
Okay, it's not the ion storm.
but these little
Let's see what we can do. Wow, I can adjust brightness and volume.
Oh dear. We're supposed to get hype for a milestone. However, sound technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Sound
Well-
technical difficulties are transphobia. Oh. I've killed my boyfriend.
Please don't. I like living.
I also like you living. Next milestone is y'all. Yes, let's have a quick little looky over here at the milestone list. Da-da-da-da. If I was better at this, I would have had it open already.
It's gonna start over again. Hope you really like this captain's log. We can't escape it. Remember that one episode where the Enterprise exploded and we had to do it over again?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's more than just one.
No, there's a specific one. Oh yeah, Iggy will speedrun Majora's Mask at $750 to the charity fund.
Stardate 57931.4.
Oh, that's weird.
The crew is restless.
I think it's OBS.
After spending
OBS.
months piecing our ship
Well, I
back
mean, I
together,
played the intros to the game and I didn't have this happen.
and the crew
Why is it always OBS?
ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different.
I know I brought this up like on Discord earlier, but like every Star Trek game like really shies away from like getting licensed music, so you always get like this brass section just kind of doing their own thing.
Well, hey, every class of ship has its own uniform and its own theme song.
In this case, change is good.
Like this is somewhere between Medal of Honor flashback to World War II and like orchestra warm up. Okay, we hit a nebula. I forgot what race she is, and I used to know.
Bajoran?
No, that is too much head ridge.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying,
Why are you in space?
but these little shuttles are the worst.
You don't like flying. And yet, you joined Starfleet.
I'm
There's
curious.
a reason I'm not a pilot.
You should try it sometime.
What?
I think she's right, Jellin.
Rigellin, you say?
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
Is that Caden?
I'm on my way to my first assignment.
It might be.
When
That's
we
fucking
get to
Caden!
Resurgence, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So
That's
am I.
Caden Alenko.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this.
Oh, we got a Miranda.
But she's half the officer I knew she
Always a Miranda class.
Wait, is it? Nope, there's an Excelsior there too.
She'll
Never
be
a
the
Miranda
officer
bride.
needs right now.
Oh my god.
Here's a shitty little Nova class.
Say the line, Karth.
Excelsior!
Is that the line?
No, Karth. Man, Knights of the Old Republic. That's his thing.
So these nerds can identify spaceships by fucking
What they look like?
what they look like.
We can use our eyes to look at ships.
It's like a baby's toy.
You gotta use
your eyes.
gotta use your eyes. It's like a baby's toy. You gotta use WASD to move. It's like a
Starbase
baby's
is very
toy.
much a Federation
Wow.
space. Long way
Uh-oh.
from home now.
Hold on a second.
Wait a second. That just said use WASD to move and then R trigger
Yeah.
to interact.
It wants to think I have a controller plugged in. I don't.
Alex.
Hello,
Something-
Alex.
Wait,
Welcome.
wait, something's off here.
Is it your flight sticks again?
Wait a minute.
They're
We're
not-
just in a holodeck. This isn't the real game.
No, something just is like eating my memory core. Hold on.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
the Borg.
Moriarty.
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 No.
that only hurts a lot.
Oh, sorry. It just, I know Sweet Georgia Brown wasn't the right one,
It
this is
definitely wasn't, but
but whistling a song.
no whistling.
I'm sorry. This is in fact a new Star Trek game. Came out like a week ago.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh,
Do we have
Okay.
to be bombarded by? Oh yeah, Ion Storm. I forgot.
yeah. Ion Storm.
I closed a few background things. Let's see what happens. Starfleet Operational Support Services. Starbase 128.
God. I don't know if that's Caven. Don't see Raphael Sparge anywhere in the cast list. Oh no.
High resolution screenshot.
What?
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 Okay.
Live,
Sing-
everybody.
Oh man. This is gonna be good, Luigi. Alright,
Sure was nice of Captain Picard to invite us to the fucking thing, Commander.
I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi...
Iggy, can you Google like this game and sound and popping
Anyway.
and how to fix?
I finished
Yeah,
in the
you
top
bet.
20. Not just...
I only died a little bit.
I mean...
Resurgence.
all time in the history of the academy.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Please place your hand here.
Yep, it's happening all over. Some people say it's a Bluetooth wireless thing.
Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test.
Oops. You just bragged.
finished in, what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really...
Surprised you're not on the
It's
Enterprise.
an honor to meet you, Commander.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
Pleasure's mine. Ensign,
Paul Calloway.
Paul Kelly.
good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermont is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
This is not a Bluetooth issue. I'm not on Bluetooth.
See you on the Resolute.
Hmm.
And the first Google result is never the correct one.
I'm just looking at a whole bunch of them at the same time.
Whoa.
Bumper Robinson.
The officer up ahead is frozen, but she's like still wiggling.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Voice stuttering issue. Crackling.
People on the forums believe it's due to Bluetooth, but
But I'm not connected wirelessly or by Bluetooth.
do you have any?
I mean, I do have some. I'll turn off Bluetooth.
Some of my teeth are blue.
That's a problem.
You should probably get that looked at. The cyanide might be leaking out.
I thought that was a graphical glitch. No, that's force field.
We apologize for your streaming
Day, Commander.
experience currently. This is definitely the game. It's not us nor OBS.
Yeah, they do have a surprisingly good cast.
If I remember my briefing,
But
Commander
surprisingly,
Armand is a Boolean. So I'm looking.
surprisingly bad audio. I'm gonna try a couple things.
Are we gonna have to go through the intro again?
I hope not. But if we, at this point, we'll make it a drinking game.
Get your pilk ready, everybody.
Ugh.
Yeah. Still haven't tried Pilk.
It's a thing.
I feel like it.
Jay, I have a question for you.
I will regret this, but what's your question?
Do you have a USB dongle for a controller connected into your computer?
No, because that would cause Bluetooth interference. I have no controller plugged in.
Okay.
Set your sound device in Windows to 16-bit, 44 kilohertz. Huh.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Star Trek has a history of glitchy video games. This is true. Can't really deny that one.
No, not the Pilk, please, no.
Jackson's all
No.
about the pilk.
Hey, I've had Pepsi floats before.
I'm already
Pilk can't be that worse, right?
16-bit, 44 kilohertz.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
except for here.
Here?
Oh, I have multiple sound thingies, remember? Oh boy, that's a lot of spam email. Okay. Trying this again. No, Pepsi Nitro is nothing like Pilk. Pepsi Nitro is good. And it's just, it's using, nitrogen as the carbonation agent. So it's smoother. Captain's log. Here I go again. But I made choices. Skip. Skip. Pilk is Pepsi mixed with milk.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission.
Seriously, this is just like
crew
If
isn't
you
letting
loaded
this
up like
unprecedented storm slow them
Medal
down.
of Honor Warfare or something like back in the day, this is like
They're ready for
the D-Day invasion is being planned over this music.
them.
Fortunately, I have to Alt-Tab, which will pause the game at this weird point while I get them side
Never
stream.
stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resurgence.
Yeah, we know.
Jara Rydek.
Get on with it.
I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
A mess. Choo! Maybe this time I won't catch the pad. I'm gonna let it fly. No. Nope. Now I can't hear
No
Discord. Meaning you guys can't hear Discord. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, we didn't have you for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
How's life?
Guess I'm trying
I'm
to
not
talk
great with
and ask a
flying.
question, and then you just talked right over me, and I was like,
Shuttles
"Is this me problem?"
are the worst.
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
So I was trying to ask you, are we just going to continue on and accept that we can't fix it?
Yes.
Okay.
The crew is impacted by the things you say. You're all going to
Sorry,
die.
I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
That is,
So am I.
the character's name is Calloway. Is that Caden's voice actor?
Jara step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Bumper Robinson?
Excelsior!
I didn't catch the name on the Excelsior.
Well, let's start over and do it again then.
No. Bumper Robinson. That doesn't sound like Caden's actor.
It is not, in fact.
Bumper's a great name.
It's a good name.
I've never heard that as a name before.
Oh, it did it again. Okay,
the fuck?
apparently Shift and W.
Is the
Shift
hotkey?
W is the screenshot button?
What the fuck?
I truthfully do not know.
A starbase.
It's okay,
on
we're
the
at sauce
edge of
now.
Federation space. Long way from home now.
Okay, when I hit Shift there, space works.
Weird.
What the hell, video game?
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
I'm
It's a tactical
Torvalin.
simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time.
If the Kobayashi Maru
History of the
is a
Academy.
scenario you can't win,
Really?
what's worse than
That's
that?
quite impressive.
You walk in the door and you get shot.
Set my mind to it, and it paid off.
Part of the low budget
Please
charm.
place
There
your
we go.
hand Here. Hold it there for a few seconds.
It's like like a healthy dose of slop jank. Except this is not.
Low audio.
Welcome, Commander.
Hang on.
Ryak.
Wait, you're Jara Ryder?
Kobolad DNA?
You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test.
I've seen that head, that
finished
forehead
in what,
before.
like
I've not
top
heard of
3?
that race.
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
You realize you're still in space, right?
Ensign,
Paul Calloway.
good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
How did you survive the Dominion War, kid? Half cold-blooded.
Half human, half Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's about what I read there. What is this camera doing?
It's trying to get you to smash through a wall, Kool-Aid style.
Oh yeah. I've never heard of
Kool-Aid.
it, but I've definitely seen this head ridge. I would have bet money, right, Jillian? Step portals?
The Kobliad are a spacefaring
Virtual
humanoid
rooms?
species from the planet Kobliad.
She's a kobold.
No.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian.
So he should stick out.
Someone with blue skin.
He's got his little harmonica with him.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
Oh, you're right. Nerves must be getting to me. Thanks so much, Commander.
My hand!
Gets his hand severed.
Oh no!
Let's see.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Now you know.
And
Okay then. It's a statement.
holy shit, we got
End of sentence.
we have an Orion.
Wow.
Wow, green-skinned alien.
That doesn't happen.
Green-skinned
Excuse
alien, babe.
Have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
The one blue guy? Yeah, it's
There
okay.
he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Examine the replicated
I'll
meal that
replicate
someone
myself a
left
meal
here.
Once I'm on board.
Excuse me, magenta person. They're not
Turn the
even
saturation
trying.
way up.
This is just a dude who was.
This is looking like having a Monster Factory episode.
Wait, Liam O'Brien? Really?
Welcome to the
Oh, he doesn't have a harmonica with him.
No, you're thinking,
Operations officer on the Resolute. Commander,
you're thinking of the fish people.
I hope there
I
wasn't too
thought
much
those were
trouble
Bolians.
getting here.
No.
This storm isn't making anything easy. for us, right? I know
The way you
people-
said that was like, you better be careful how you say that around some
It was a
people.
bit bumpy. But
Okay,
otherwise,
all the money went into getting Liam O'Brien then, I
This
guess.
storm is unlike anything I've seen before. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice.
Liam O'Brien voices
Everything I've read,
Gara
everything I've heard
from
were lucky you
Naruto,
were available to
as an
us.
example.
Coming from
He's on Critical Role.
starship and all. To our little research vessel.
I'll do my best to live up to expectations.
Oh, I'm sure you'll do just fine. And if I can help in any way, just let me know.
Can you fix the audio?
Do you have any PVC piping?
Wow. There she is.
Really? No Blue Man Group acknowledgement? Alright.
I was stunned by the lack of an engineering section.
No, it's there.
Bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunctioned. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle.
Sonny is right. Spend a ton of money on a good VA. Let an audio bug pass QA.
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
It's been 6 months. What's the attitude among the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope that a new mission will help them move forward. If not, move on. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time. And I'm glad you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake. That he
No,
should
she's
be
too good.
within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that. I just figured it was better to know what you're walking into.
Of course.
Starfleet
They
is
put
assigned
so
to
much effort into the facial muscle movement, and yet the expressions are so flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What happened?
No.
What happened?
No.
What happened?
What happened? I hit pause.
What happened?
Not again.
No.
No!
I hit pause.
Oh.
No. 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 No.
There was time now.
Oh.
Stuck in a Star Trek time loop episode.
The crew's Russell's just stuck in a time loop.
We haven't even met the crew yet.
After spending too many months piecing our ship back
If you
together,
touch any button inside of the menu, it just ejects.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
crew
Okay,
isn't letting this
test this.
unprecedented ion
Pause
storm
it.
slow them down.
Push the any key. Oh my god.
But I made choices.
Choices. You made choices.
Oh no.
Oh.
Whatever you do, do not press the any key while in the pause menu.
Don't ever press Shift W. Don't press the any key. Don't press anything. Just let the game play itself.
Physically.
We need to Final Fantasy 13 hallway this.
Okay. No one touch pause. Here we go again for the 5th time.
5th, 6th, 7th.
I'm gonna hedge my bet to say 5th.
Captain's log, stardate 5731.4. The crew is restless.
Stardate 579.
Ship back together. We're finally about to venture out on a new mission.
No beam touching.
And the crew isn't letting this
The Cerritos is doing stuff about now.
Yeah.
They're ready for something different.
Unexpected,
Perhaps more than any of them.
Dr. Ta'ana cameo.
Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy. The nature of the universe. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case,
Change is good. Lazar Levine, I hate you.
our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know he's a welcome dose of new blood.
Okay, this time for real, I'm not gonna catch the pad. I'm gonna call this guy an ass. No, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not
call him an asshole. He deserves it. He deserves it.
What? I'm supposed to crush the poor space-fearing guy?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Let it happen.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh, it's broken.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Little shuttles?
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
Is the audio getting worse?
I'll give it a try.
I want to say yes. Oh, we're gonna ride the storm into the sunset.
Sorry, I'm a
This
little
game
anxious.
will implode,
I hadn't noticed.
and we'll ride it down.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be
Okay.
easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO.
I mean, really, we didn't do all that much. We answered 2 questions, talked to 2 guys, walked around a weird magenta person to get to the blue guy, and that's it.
Yeah, we spent 45 minutes doing nothing.
What is that down there? Continental? Centennial?
Either Continental or Centennial, possibly Constantinople.
It's the Excelsior. I'm just gonna keep saying it.
No, I'm not saying that you. I'm just. Ooh, this game though.
Ooh.
They could have used a runabout for that many people. And again, then again, Deep Space Nine like blew up Starfleet's entire runabout inventory by the end. So
Starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
there's that use right trigger, which I don't have a controller plugged in. So good luck with that. And I don't dare touch shift because then we'll just take a bunch of screenshots.
Commander?
Commander,
I'm not usually such a
I need
nervous
to
wreck, by the way.
brag to
I
get
actually
my
did
feet
well
under
at the
me.
Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard
I
of
went to the bathroom more times than anyone else in Starfleet Academy.
It's a tactical simulator that
They
makes
named
the
a head
Kobayashi
after
Maru
me.
Look like Pintar's 5.
There's a little plaque and everything.
I finished in the top 20.
Only the top 20.
Class.
The top 20.
In the history of the
It put the
Simulations are great,
things in.
but they're not quite the same as the real thing.
I failed the no-win scenario more than anyone else.
How do you fail the Kobayashi Maru?
You sit in the corner and cry? I don't know.
Hold it there for a few seconds.
I refuse. No. I don't dare fuck with anything right now. We need to get past this opening sequence before I
Wait,
lose it.
Jara Rydek?
We just need a save point. We just need any save point.
I have a real question for you. How do you have a 48% split in your DNA?
Space radiation.
Now I'm really...
Well,
it's an honor to meet
it's like a tug of war between the mother and the father.
Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure's mine.
You see, if I were an asshole, I'd be like, you realize the station is still traveling at a speed of however many
I believe
thousand
Commander
kilometers
Irmot
per
is
second
expecting you. He's in the concourse, just
in the same storm you were just in.
See you on the Resolute.
Thank you. Yep,
Now,
right.
I've been on a bunch of Federation Star bases and a bunch of Star Trek games, and this is the most boring hallway I've ever seen.
Good day, Commander.
Hey, good day.
Good day, Commander.
Yeah, it does seem rather claustrophobic.
It's not even claustrophobic, it's just... Here's a bunch of monitors where there should be offices,
Oh yeah,
labs.
Grunt, we know about that. Don't worry. We've tried. It's a game issue.
Commander Ermont is a Boolean, so I'm looking for someone with
Okay.
thick skin.
Let's get this guy on board.
Oh, she
'cause
gave you a hint this time.
No, she did first time.
she did every time, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just...
First time was every time.
My departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
It
You can
doesn't
tell by the way
actually...
it's unlabeled.
Ah,
Yeah.
you're right. Nerves must be getting to me.
Your hair is very shiny.
Thanks so much, Commander.
It's all the pomade, thank you.
Oh man, whenever I finally get to DM the Star Trek pen and paper game, oh, it's gonna be fucking hilarious.
I hope you realize
Starbase
I will
28 has 4
be
docks.
playing as a
I'll get myself
Klingon.
a meal once I'm on board.
Yeah, and well, I don't think you can.
What?
Excuse me. Have you seen a Boolean around here?
Yes, sir.
Well, no, I
Right
have.
back there, near the replicator.
We'll talk about it later.
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
So the tabletop RPG can be set in Kirk's era or in the Next Generation before the Dominion War.
Excuse me.
And there's an entire separate core rule book and stuff for the Klingon Empire.
But Kaplach.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek.
But
I'm Commander
Kaplach.
John Ermont, operations officer on the
Is
Resurgence.
that what happens when you take a deuce?
Hey,
It goes kaplock?
Diaxo, how's it going?
Hi, Diaxo, welcome.
Too much
Good
trouble.
to see you. Been a while.
You don't know about
Making
Kaplach?
everything easy for us right now.
It was a bit bumpy, but otherwise okay.
My
It's
apologies.
like,
This storm is unlike anything I've seen before.
Okay.
hang on.
We don't pause the game.
We're
We
grateful you
don't
were able
touch
to
shift.
fulfill our first
We'll be fine.
officer
We'll get past this.
vacancy
We'll
at
see
such
what this
short
thing is
notice.
actually like.
From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a
Yeah,
premier
Kaplach.
starship
Here we go.
to our little research vessel.
I'll do my best to live up to expectations.
Oh, I'm sure you'll do just fine. And if I can help in any way, just let me know.
Yep, doing good and being a big bun. I've got
Yeah.
that covered. Though this game is making me pull my hair out.
If you pull your hairs out, then you're not a bun.
Of a hat.
USS Resolute.
Oh.
She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own.
Against what?
And she doesn't
An
look
amoeba?
So bad, considering some
Against the tardigrade.
plasma fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
No.
And or mushrooms.
Function.
It was an accident? No, entirely on purpose.
No one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp...
Hey, the tardigrade was weirdly cute.
We thought we could reach... a
Especially
higher
the
frequency,
animated version.
but
Ripper is the best. This is known.
cost us our first
Oh
officer.
man, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Hang on.
At the end of the day, we're all...
Hey, like we said, it came back with a vengeance.
We've lost so many lives. That's a high price to pay.
Yeah, blue guy's Ermont.
Too high by any estimation. But there's nothing that can be done about it now except get back to work. And make sure it never happens again. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time. And I'm glad you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
It is indeed him.
Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you
Oh yeah, this sound is getting
I
worse.
appreciate it.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. We still
Crusty
Crusty
ASMR.
ASMR. That's the opposite of ASMR.
That looked like a save. But we're not gonna
Don't
test
trust it.
I'm another guy now.
Oh, the batteries are all rusted.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Which one's the plasma torch? Yes.
How many protagonists does this game have? Well, we can't check because that would involve opening the start menu.
There's 2.
Oh. Vaporize the corrosion.
What do you want me to do with the mouse? Oh.
It's just pressing, it's just putting Wasset into stick things. That's not right.
Did I just swap out the micro warp core in a shuttle?
Yes?
D plus...
Left click.
Yeah.
That.
That really need a nose swipe? I bet now it's like, oh, now I smell like oil.
Lower decks!
Boimler!
I thought
Eat
the
it.
thing was totally fried.
A lantern.
Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
So I asked Zombie Cat this question a long time ago. What is now a long time ago. All of these shuttles are warp capable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where's the warp core? The warp core, by the way, on a ship this big is like 4 stories tall. Where's the warp core?
Come on!
It's stored in the warp.
That's Warhammer.
Corrosion in there was pretty extreme. Nothing I couldn't handle, though.
Oh yeah, I guess warp 1. If they can only have a maximum of like warp
Yes, can you
5,
get some help with the transporter?
of half 5 rather.
Hang on, I gotta fix this transporter.
What's the problem?
We need to test this cargo transporter. I've never been that great with the signal plotting.
I got it. No problem.
Select waypoints to create a path through the ionic interference of the ion storm. We don't transport things through ion storms. That's lesson number 1.
Oh god. What was that?
I have no idea.
Good news, it didn't seem to happen on the stream.
Hurry up!
Don't tell me to hurry up. This could mutate if I get it wrong. You saw Star Trek 1.
Whoa, hey, buddy, get off the pad!
Oh god, no!
And he's dead.
Time's a-wasting.
He's fine.
He took a selfie.
Don't tell Chovak.
Not a word.
Starfleet, what we got back didn't live long, thankfully. Oh, Zombie's gonna be mad he missed a near transporter accident.
He's gonna be so mad that he missed that. Hey look, butt plugs.
These are probes. Shut up.
I stand by what I said. Really, Captain?
He's not a captain.
Probing Uranus.
Oh, right.
Oh, these are heavier than they look. Makes more sense than 0G. You're welcome.
I am the engineering guy. I have to help everything.
And you know what? Not half bad.
Chat has gone off the rails. I touched shift by accident. Oh god.
Oh no.
You can't go this way. There are boxes here.
Don't let LT catch you blocking the corridors like this.
We'll clear it up once we finish the delicate work. Good looking out, though.
Good looking out? That's not good looking out. That's saying, hey, you're fucking shit up.
4B gives you access to the tubes behind cargo storage all the way to the turbo lift.
Not after the retrofit. Bulkhead cuts it off at Section 2. New computer reroutes.
So then...
I'm thinking we'll have to do the work in that tube. Then take the turbo lift from Section 2 to Section 3.
Well, wait,
I didn't know this was about an evil AI attacking the ship. Wait, the AI is the game, says Rook.
Using the turbo lift.
Nothing, I just like being in the tubes. It's my domain.
It's basically a Telltale game grunt.
Yeah. This guy just really likes being in the Jeffries tubes. I feel sorry for him.
Sometimes you find your home in the tubes.
Hey, need any help? Okay. Good luck.
Did we exited a cargo bay to be surrounded by cargo just littering the halls to prevent me from wandering. Can I go in this Jeffries tube? Oh wait, this Jeffries tube hasn't rendered yet.
No, I think that's as rendered as it'll get.
Engineering.
I heard the new EXO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Chovak, that's a Vulcan name if I ever heard one.
Oh, that neck just clipped through the collar.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late.
Oh, they're non-enlisted. Okay.
We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edzelar on repeated occasions.
Well, Commander Chovak, isn't it true that if we were almost late, it categorically means that we were not late?
Logic.
That is correct, Mr. Diaz.
I mean, if anything, Ed Solar and I are following the schedule to the letter.
Yes, perhaps I should adjust the schedule accordingly.
That seems illogical.
I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
How concerned should we be about the storm? Are you worried?
Vulcans do not worry. We calculate the variables and take appropriate precautions to mitigate the risk. Right now, that entails making critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe.
Sensors?
The Hotari system. You have your orders.
Vocal anomalies are because of the ship hull integrity.
Yes, Commander Chovak.
Ha, good old planet of
All
hats.
hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out, and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
It all comes down to us, Nilly. We're the ones who will get it ready.
I know what we can do. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa. Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They seem alright. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt.
The animation is blocky. No one did clean it up, it seems.
Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Don't talk badly about one of the best ships in all of Starfleet.
We've rebuilt enough of her by now. She better.
Girls hugging on stream. Happy Pride Month.
But I am glad to be here. He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
The audio was clear for one moment.
It's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Oh, you want me to grab it? Okay.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word?
I don't think Saurian brandy involves actual reptiles. I'm pretty sure it involves Saurians.
Which are reptiles?
Good to go.
They can't be reptiles. They're not from Earth.
They're reptilian.
Yes, but they're not reptiles.
See you on the other side.
I will beam you into space.
Activating magnetic souls.
Listen, reptiles don't exist. Unless we also want them to include things that we don't think of as reptiles.
Yes, you can play as a Saurian, Acacian, most of the Federation races.
Ooh, chunky.
That view never gets old.
It does a little bit. We've seen it like 6 times.
We have seen it a lot of times.
Why didn't they take an airlock closer to where they were going?
Because then they couldn't have the panning vista shot.
Sure they could.
Also, maybe that's not where they're going at all. Maybe we just had the panning vista shot just to go into here.
Ah, okay. All hands.
I just want you to know that I'm very upset that I missed the Star Trek The Motion Picture reference.
Yeah. Yeah. the near transporter accident.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods.
No one does.
My understanding is we need a steady supply of
Your microphone is really far away.
Structure stabilized, or
So it
bad
is.
things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home.
This is how I'm introducing you to the mechanic of the game. If you don't have it, you will die.
If you don't have Zombrex for your daughter, game over.
That's literally what I was about to say.
What kind of evolutionary dead end is that? By the way, if you don't have this component with that has some sort of weird half-life, your very cells degrade.
I guess their planet is really radioactive?
Yeah, what kind of evolutionary thing is if you don't drink enough dihydrogen oxide?
What the fuck?
You're just gonna die. It's a model train.
No. This.
Ammonite?
It's a Nautilus.
No,
Not-
I mean, what the camera's doing.
Oh,
It's being helpful.
No, it isn't.
he's trying his best.
It's still got a thing for trains.
Choo-choo.
The warp engines of their day, apparently.
Sure.
Jara,
I
right.
guess.
Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious.
That's clipping.
possible.
God damn it, Rook.
Enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. The only regret
And then
is,
Thomas was launched into space.
provide you with a
Time to explore the frontiers.
arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
That
Astro
would be
Train's got nothing on
totally
Thomas.
unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
Just pomp.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more
Just
efficient.
pomp.
I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it.
What happens in a don't click anything run? There's a good question.
Some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
You'll have to forgive me. I don't really
I
know
like
the
working under Captain J. Jonah Jameson.
Starfleet has been story contained, probably because
Starfleet was kind enough to supply me with pictures of Spider-Man,
I'm
but
telling you,
wasn't enough.
we were on the verge of a major.
Fortunately, we were insured through farmers. We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum,
10,000
bum.
teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed.
Warp 9.5.
9.99999999999.
Sir, didn't you read the logs from Voyager? They turned into salamanders.
It's horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard.
Precisely.
Core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people.
And some of our best animals.
Captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision.
Some of our best fungi.
And I have to live with the consequences.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me.
Mutiny.
There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
This is your ship, and you are the captain. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever you say, goes.
That's the kind of support I'm looking for.
Unquestioning loyalty.
I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
Quick shakedown run.
Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority.
Kill the Borg!
Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space.
Oh.
Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now
We've
find
never heard
themselves
of.
on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified.
How are you uniquely qualified for
Ionic
this?
storm.
Her ship is just shitty enough.
Several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before.
Installed at Embassy Suites.
guess where
We're
it
ready.
Hatari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater.
Oh good, we're heading into the center of a rage
Some
storm.
of the details of the rendezvous.
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said.
What?
But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I
It's a
expect we'll
secret.
have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst.
Is
There's
it
just
fucking
one more thing
Spock?
I want to clarify up front.
I
Me will be the ultimate
guess he's still alive at this point.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider
They
it
were really close to that screen.
when that might happen. It's entirely up to you.
Damage their eyes.
But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work.
As soon as this guy gets thrown over a rail.
My power to see.
I was about to say, and that day will come soon. And she pulls out a fucking, like, Halo sword.
She pulls out a batleth.
Yeah, I thought about saying batleth. Do people have glasses in Star Trek? They can have glasses for the aesthetic.
I've only ever seen people wear sunglasses, and only once, come to think of it.
This is a tight bridge. Like, small.
Yep.
Feels bigger than the Galaxy class.
If I could have your attention for a moment.
No, it's way smaller.
Introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer.
And this is a small ship. Oh.
Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of?
Well,
that's a Bajoran.
He lacks in humility.
Oh yeah.
More than makes up for in ability.
Your stuff.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
It's the nose stuff,
Likewise.
really.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our chief science officer.
That's a man.
I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular
That's a man.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
We need to have a good look at the face.
Here for quite some time.
That's a woman?
I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
That's very kind of you to say. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I
Behold,
have
a
to admit,
man.
One of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad.
A race that never existed before now.
Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves.
Oh no.
One of those people.
She's a fucking. Oh. I'm a cis-het white person. I'm gonna be talking for other people.
Something of an inspiration to me. Not that
Shut
I've
up.
done anything close to what you've done.
That's very kind of you to say, but enough about me. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay.
You deserve to feel a little ashamed of that.
Commander Ermont.
Hello.
Please do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous.
Even in the future, we have disguised racism.
Bridge is yours.
Where they explain that everyone looks like people with cheap prosthetics on their faces because of a precursor race that seeded the galaxy. Rook,
guess what already happened?
I really hate to break it to you, but that episode happened.
A long time ago.
Next Generation, season 6, I believe. So,
yeah, even I knew that.
Okay, couple thoughts on this bridge. It is very small, but I do like these these weird center stations. I like this versus the traditional ones that are like, I'm going to spend my entire trip like this. You know?
Bridge access panel. 2 bridge access panels right next to one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the emergency escape hatch, aka the front window.
Impressive range of view.
Yeah, that's about like a 90. That's like a 150 field of view FOV setting. We could probably crank that up a little higher.
I was about to make that joke. Damn you!
I want to see behind me.
Here's a bridge access panel. Yep, that's just yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, a bridge access panel door.
That's a turbo lift.
It could take me anywhere on the ship, but
I
I'm
think
to be.
it's made of aluminum, right? The window screens.
Yeah, all of the windows they're not transparent aluminum. They're like transparent Durasteel or something like that. But that is a physical window, and then they can holo project, like zoom in on target or a bunch of menu screens or whatever.
I could have sworn it was aluminum in the whale movie.
It was in the whale movie, but it wasn't
Okay,
the
then.
view screen. It was what they used to make the aquarium.
Aquarium.
Don't mind us. We're just beeping and booping in here, and it's not causing anything. We're just trying to make sure that things don't fuck up.
Yeah. She is way too short for that panel.
That looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, that sit and stand desk needs to go a bit more sit.
You need someone way taller and more burly to be the weapons officer.
I don't think that. Well, that doesn't have to be weapons, but hey, the MSD.
So many decks.
Where's the rubber deck room?
So
Rubber duck.
time.
My responsibility.
Is there a rubber
Rubber
duck room? Let's see. Nope.
Where's citation ops?
It's too small. Well,
Too small for citation ops?
Then again, the Cerritos is pretty piddly, and they got us. You know what? I'll ask later.
Communications. Keeps us in contact internally and with other vessels.
Lights make it not dark on the ship.
The thing is, in Generations, they gave Worf a chair for the movie, and then they blew up the ship. Seriously, though, she is way too short for this station. But I do like these. Okay, science is here.
Science station. The Resolute is a science vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude. I'll have to speak with him later.
It doesn't explain his attitude. It's a science ship. He does science. He is a science man.
Yeah, and so therefore he's more special than anyone else.
Also, right here is where the Oh, I was gonna make a joke that this is where the joystick comes out to fly the ship manually from Insurrection, but it's a tactical hologram apparently.
I was gonna joke that they've upgraded to holographic joysticks, but this was only like
The Excelsior.
So, Excelsior.
Yeah, it's just like they have on the Excelsior.
Yeah, Captain's gonna come out. Who touched my holo? So this is ops.
Operations.
Yep.
Staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship.
Oh dear.
Commander Ermont.
Oh dear.
Just the fact that it was like, yep.
I touched shift.
Oh.
I touched
no.
shift.
No.
Ooh,
Oh.
that was close.
We nearly had a screenshot, level 5. Oh, we did.
Yeah, oh my god, this is tactical. She is a tactical officer.
Yep.
Tactical station.
Tactics
Hopefully,
small.
a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much. But if it comes to that, we'll be ready.
We'll just need a stool first.
The funny part was, if you look at the original Enterprise D, like all of the stations at the back, they all had pull-out chairs that were like part of the wall. Like little stools that could just eject from the wall and yeah. But they hardly ever used
You
them.
use as a flotation device.
No, that's Data.
Oh,
First officer
Peter,
seat.
you're not joking.
My seat. Right
My
now,
seat.
though, I need to fill in for Captain Solano.
Right, so that means I get
Acting captain.
The big chair.
this chair. Anyway, I like the bridge. 9 out of 10. Get her a stool. I say this as a 5'5" person.
Chillock needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Okay.
Make it so.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field now.
And the ship explodes.
Beginning Perry on sweep. No.
Incoming debris storm.
The storm is
Oh.
getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
Why didn't we beam out to the correct location? Why did we do it this way?
Remember to
Because
tilt to
you
the 8
can't-
to
You
move.
can never beam into an ion storm unless you can. It's a no.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this is
I get that they have to lift their feet because of the magnets, but this looks really fucking weird.
Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean,
I want to be
Starfleet
the
is
machine.
noble and all, but it's still a machine.
Yeah, of course I do. Starfleet's an open door. We just have to walk through it. You wanted to get away. I
X-ray
enlisted
room
in this.
scene from Metal Gear. Oh
I
god.
didn't wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds. Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before.
Except for all the people that live and see the sky.
Jeffries to today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be.
The thing is, though, you didn't enlist. You're a non-commissioned officer. You're a
Yes,
petty
Commander
chief.
Chobak. We are at the Sif emitter.
NCO is still enlisted.
Sorta. D-click.
Beats him over the head with it.
If there were two guys on a spaceship and one of them beat them over the head with their toolkit, would that be fucked up or what?
That's not a calibration tool. It's a pry bar.
TSA swipe. Tune the nodes to center indicators.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
Boom.
Yeah.
The hell's that?
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
Oh, I know that voice.
Hello.
Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out.
That's why you don't.
About anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
He thinks he should be the XO.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all.
Oh, you're a racist, too.
As an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion. What would happen then?
What would happen if your neck got broke? I wonder. What would happen then if your neck got broke and you couldn't do any science?
Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario.
In my entire career, it's never been an issue, or caused the slightest problem. And I don't expect this to be any different.
I was just curious, that's all.
Well, you've just kicked yourself out of the secondary XO
I
spot.
see no reason to stop now.
Predecessor was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His
Because
record
he was on the
and his
ship, all the ship.
reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew, and he was one of my closest friends.
Do you have a problem?
So I can only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
Hey, we just met. You might like me after you get to know me.
They say familiarity breeds contempt, but who knows? Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it
Kick
off
him in the
or if
nuts.
we're putting ourselves at risk.
Yeah, no, this man is going into the torpedo tubes.
It's
Kick him in
nature.
his chin.
We can come up with a scientific countermeasure.
What's the
Just a
beeping?
Oh, it's blinding bright.
Red alert.
Oh,
Can't have red alert in space dock.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
that's a wave, in fact.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy.
Good job,
Like a
subtitles.
I'm reading power abnormalities.
Red alert.
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shield. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat, so we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
You only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get
pulse.
it wrong.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already
Kubrick!
Well, thanks for the
Kubrick.
resub.
It's going to be tight.
Cooper, look, Praxis just exploded. They're going to be hit by the shockwave.
Now.
Boom.
We got it. This is it.
All hands, brace for impact.
Set all deflectors in the aft shields and make sure the cromulins are not part of the space crags.
Yeah, Cooper, I didn't know you knew your load so well.
Uh-oh.
No, not the self-sealing stem bolt.
That's not a good thing.
Oh!
You don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a...
Posture check, hydrate, scratch.
Blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Speak English, wise guy.
Walk across the ship and get the thing.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood.
Look, fireflies.
The override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Where are my subtitles?
That's radiation.
Well, I think the energy wave blew them out.
The energy wave blew out the subtitle system.
Affirmative.
There they are.
Engage the override.
That was spelt wrong. Affirmative has 2 F's.
PS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Okay. I did it.
What the hell is this background music?
Wait a minute.
Failsafe override engaged.
This is oddly
Are you
happy.
sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Set primary oxygen to the recalibrated regulators. Reconstitute the Stinger proxy to the floor thrusters.
Move that ship over there and then put that ship over there.
Inverse the polarity of the circuits.
Here's the Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
What was that?
Heads up, Carter.
What is
Fireflies.
What if the discharge is coalesced?
that? It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
This seems like a bad idea.
If you hit the warp nacelles, it's gonna explode.
Set phasers to
Fun.
Mulligan.
Mulligan.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but you know.
Got phasers to fat.
Use your phaser to clear a path. Okay.
Get out of the way.
Oh, you got a timer on this.
I do.
There's 5 minutes.
Oh, I do. Shit, I didn't even see it.
Welcome back, Alex.
Oh!
Are you alright?
Yeah. So took most of it. Snuck up on me.
Net damage pursued. Energy dampening is down to 60%.
Whoa, jeepers.
You mind helping out a little bit there, lady?
Nah.
This is silly.
Is there any point in turning off the phaser?
No.
So just have a phaser beam.
Is this like Elite Force where it'll like kind of die down eventually and you gotta recharge it?
Have a good stream, Kubrick.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Cooper.
I love you.
Oh, that's gay.
We're at the regulator. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
Maybe I should have used a controller for this.
I don't think it would have helped.
Well,
unless you used a controller and it fixed the audio issues. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I thought I said S. I mean 5. I thought I said 5.
PS manifold
No, it's
adjusters
S.
reset to neutral.
Okay. Now I gotta turn.
You gotta wibble things.
I gotta turn the knob to get rid of the deflector dish before it becomes an interplexing beacon.
I think you want the middle one. Oh.
PS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance.
Are they?
It's done.
Yeah.
They didn't look like it.
Manifold nozzles choke up.
Oh no!
Oh no, the docking clamp.
Look out, it's coming right for us.
Oh, why would that happen?
What the fuck? Yeah.
I'm sure up!
Spider-Man is a menace. Set this ion so fast.
Here's the bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency.
Phasers.
But it's not working.
Not working. What are our options?
The docking
Deflector
clamps
dishes,
with
phasers,
bolts for an emergency.
shields,
We've got
warp core breach, eject the warp core!
setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
We have crew outside and are looking for the
We have
safest way
people
to...
on this station. If that mooring arm breaks, we could lose dozens of crew.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Disengaging the clamps.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there.
The captain made himself quite clear.
Reverse the polarity.
I'm sticking to what I said.
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
We're going to blow the bolts. Starbase, stand by. We'll warn our crew to take cover.
Get it done, Rydek.
It'd be extremely sad and hilarious if the entire crew was killed while docked.
Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, you have more micro debris incoming. Find cover.
Cover? Nilly, get under the access panel. It's armored with duranium.
Because it's the hull. But okay.
What about you?
I'm gonna jump.
Carter.
I've got a Nexus one over there.
Behind this.
Wait, this one's directly attached to an EPS panel. Yeah, we'll just expose the power coupling, it's fine.
They've blown the other docking clamp. Hurry!
Oh, phase.
Oh.
Oh, she got you.
Thanks, Mom. I thought someone was shooting at him for a second.
Basically.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
Got it.
What did you...
Why'd you throw it?
You gotta twist thing back up. Even harder. I should have kicked it.
Oh my god.
Did it fail?
Nope. Power of friendship and 300-year-old symbiont thing.
That's both W's.
W plus W.
We're not dead. Oh shit!
Look out!
Oof.
Oh no! Woo! Catch her! Catch her!
I got you. Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious.
Hang on, I'm gonna apply my suction cup.
Until we're back to the airlock.
For what?
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There's an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Etzelar there to access the interior.
Alright.
Roger that.
Here I go.
Go in there now.
That came from the station. They're shooting at us.
Shoulda kept one of them shields.
Hang on, let's walk on the Wharton cell. It'll be fine.
No.
It's
He's the microwave corridor.
Yeah, but the microwave corridor was a gripping emotional sequence. This would just be funny.
This time. No time to fight me on this. Get in there.
No.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
Killed by doorstop.
Quick!
Oh no, the energy is inside of me.
Oh, he's not dead.
But he's changed somehow.
Twisted and
We
goofy.
made it.
They're safe, bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
And now we have
That was
structural
dumb.
integrity again. This is why we never turn off the SIF.
Another megalomaniac gaseous energy being.
You got another Gary Mitchell situation.
The price of duty.
He's gonna turn into a giant floating head.
My price is right.
Or a salamander again.
Nilly.
That's only if that's what blew up the ship the first time.
I'm good. Help me with him.
I'll get the other piece.
When did Star Trek get blue characters? Like
Medical. Got one wound
in the 60s.
Carter. You don't look so good.
I don't feel too good.
You don't feel too good, Mr. Stark.
Hover bed, hover bed,
Gotta
hover
be
bed,
more
hover bed.
careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet.
That was entirely out of my control.
Now let's get you down to
Shut the fuck up.
Blue Man Group comes to mind. Yeah, no, the Bolians have been around since the Next Generation. The Andorians were the original blue ones, blue with an antennae.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels.
Did you get photos of the ion storm?
How's this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ahmad?
The Resolute suffered damage from the exploding bolts, but we've successfully moored to the station. The ship is secure. Our systems are coming back online, but we have a fair amount of repairs before we're ready to go.
Put a halt on the roll-off of Starbase engineering staff. We have a schedule to keep. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
I have a suspicion if I reversed the polarity, they would have gotten flung into space. Which may have been hilarious.
Probably.
But we could have beamed them up. Or in.
An emergency beaming, yeah.
What a debacle.
This is on you.
I was caught with my pants down. Not even on my own ship when the wave hit. I had to go running out of the Starbase commander's office just to...
You're fired.
But you followed my order. I appreciate that. Hell, I'm relieved.
You're the captain of this ship. You give orders, and I'll execute them.
That's right.
As whatever is going on behind me happens. What the hell?
But you see my problem, don't you? They were all against me on that bridge.
Oh no.
And they were ready to go against my orders. I'm not blind to it.
If there are any problems, I'll keep them in line.
At least I can count on you.
Feels like an episode of MST3K.
Decanter. I've got this brandy all full of the lead.
Drink?
Sure.
Captain offers, you don't say no.
You need a black silhouette version of our PNG tubers.
Yeah, really. You know, that's not a bad idea. We should do that, like, for public domain movie night or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That is a great idea. And we just flip them around the other direction.
Yeah.
Your predecessor, Commander Sutherland, is missed. But for all the adoration of the crew, including
There's a
staff,
Star Trek licensed whiskey that I really wanted to get, but it's expensive as fuck.
Is it Romulan?
I think they still hear his voice. That sort of thing is a way of lingering. And you can't argue with it.
I would pull it up, but I'm afraid to pause this game.
Yeah, seriously.
Perhaps you and the crew would
absolutely
be better served
can
if you
argue
look
with
at
the
this
ghost.
mission as a fresh start.
You can never really leave the past behind.
If we don't, you can never move forward.
Now, this won't be easy. But I'm glad I have you here with me.
Glad to be here, Captain.
And despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there it is. Romulan Ale Rye Whiskey. I mainly want it for the really awesome bottle.
Finish it! Finish it! Finish it! Finish it!
Finish it!
That was close.
I was looking at the whiskey, I'm sorry.
Romulan Ale.
But, like, it's got a beautiful bottle, and this...
Ready or not?
It's blue.
Here we go.
It's green.
You can get Romulan Ale, rye or vodka.
I'm not a vodka guy. Like,
rye is good.
Yeah, like, if that bottle happened to make its way to me, I would be extremely happy.
A star to sailor by.
Complimentary shipping on 4 bottles or more.
I don't drink that much. I still have my birthday rum.
No, that's fair.
Departments reporting full mission readiness.
Not shown stopping by medical to get sobered.
On board.
It's in the hall. It's fine.
The start of a new mission is
I always like it when the turbo lift doors open. I go ding in my head.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
That was a slow turbo lift.
So just a lift?
Yeah.
Sit, everyone.
I don't have a chair, sir. Sit.
You all know, I'm not big on speeches.
I'm giving one.
Working on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Blowing docking clamps, sir. No.
Clamps released.
I'm honestly glad this turned into a debacle. This has been hilarious. Not quite Wrath of Khan music. We're implying it real heavy, but we're steering clear to avoid having to pay royalties.
I want to sit on the tube chair.
That looks uncomfortable.
I want to sit on the tube chair.
Well, they're probably tube cushions, so they're actually soft, but yeah, that doesn't look like it's good.
I want to sit on the tube chair.
You can sit on the tube chair.
I can't. This is a video game.
That should do it. Set a course.
This thing is tiny. The entire front of it is a shuttle bay.
Itty bitty.
Oh, I get to pick my warp sign sentence.
Make way.
Do it.
Hell,
Do it.
do it.
What would mine be? I was always a fan of Punch It.
You do say punch it all the time whenever we do one of these things. What?
Whenever you're talking about one of us, you're always like, punch it.
Whoa. Careful.
Careful. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look fine.
I forgot my medicine. And now the visions begin.
No, what's this?
Well, you didn't check that?
It's been a busy day.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
We could have the EMH beam up the medicine to here. Nope. Okay, you go down 6 floors.
No.
Oh god. So she didn't stop by medical to sober up.
Yeah, apparently not.
What were you thinking? Drinking. That just it just totally depleted all of that stuff that you needed to live.
It's probably exactly what happened.
Why am I being pumped full of Ketracel White?
Oh
no,
wow.
it's blue.
That was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Jesus.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
Yes, you killed him.
That
Good
storm
job.
did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your deridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
He attached a captain to a
My
Dyson
name is
vacuum.
Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're
rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the deridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, why can't you have an EpiPen?
It does make me unique, but it's not a burden at all.
The ring also did not even warn her audibly.
Represent my people.
As you should be. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake. What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery.
Tenure.
A major innovation. Something he can put his name on. The more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever.
Okay, so this race did exist
Concerned
before.
when I heard what happened over the bridge.
Yeah.
You just followed Solano's orders despite having better options in front of you.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship, and everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure is almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of deridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Guess what? There's not going to be a supply of.
My work here is done.
So they first showed up on Deep Space Nine, but the race apparently has shown up in the Alpha, Beta, and Delta Quadrant, which is confusing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be lurking outside of sickbay.
Yes, he
I
did.
didn't want to intrude, so it felt more appropriate to wait out here. We were all worried about you.
No, you weren't.
And the deridium thing is accurate
What was
to...
happening at first? But then I realized it was your condition.
It was always this thing.
I don't want anyone
I just don't
to worry
remember that
about me.
episode.
I'm gonna be just fine. This is part of who I am, but I've never let it define me.
I get that now. And I promise I'll try not to let being such a jerk define me either.
See? We wore him down.
Intuition earlier, with the deflector pulse. I felt I should thank you for that.
Well, thank you for coming. Even though you didn't have to.
I wanted to.
I know we cure diabetes in the future, but are you also such an asshole to
The
diabetics?
missions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm.
It's permanent. It may start talking to you.
Combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing.
Let me know if you develop any third eyes.
She's come by a couple of times to see you already. Be brief.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall.
Ah, come on. You know you can't get rid of me that easy.
I like this guy.
Don't push me, Diaz.
Yeah.
You do not want to see me try.
No, nope. I am not getting on your bad side.
I am a formidable enemy.
They're cute.
Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you.
You like me?
Tiptoeing around it.
Now, this is just a guess, but you like me. Is that what this is?
How'd you know? Must have been pretty obvious. Which is funny because...
Well, you know, I was hoping.
I guess that makes this a little easier to say.
I impregnated you.
We've been really good friends for a long time. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
Oh wow, this is like season 2 next gen music for love.
It's there for you, and it's there for me. Why not give it a try?
We don't have to put too much pressure on it. Let's just see where this goes.
I like that. Definitely felt some
I
pressure.
want to try my polycule.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to rest if he wants to get back to his old self.
Of course.
Yeah, you know, the problem is going to be the other lady also has feelings for you. Survivor's guilt feelings.
Yeah, but she's a Trill, and I've always felt that relations with a Trill are awkward just by their very nature.
Why specifically?
A Trill is a combined species. The person in front of you and the symbiote inside that holds memories of X many lifetimes.
Yeah,
Point
that's
outside
right.
Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Curzon, my old friend.
Whoa. Yep.
I'm Jadzia now.
See, the Bolians, the blue people, they actually do have polycules, co-husbands.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Ryan,
Humans also have polycules.
diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain.
Our diplomat is that rock there.
Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Sure, I'm rotating the mouse. Faster. I feel like an idiot. The cat is watching the mouse like I've gone mad.
So, question: are you spinning it, or in like around, or are you just like moving in a circle?
Circle.
Okay.
Kind of like the shuttle.
Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost.
It is wired.
Yeah, he's not like spinning it. He's moving it around in a wide circle.
Yeah. Is that the Galileo?
Transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
No one gonna run a dermal regenerator on him?
I'm sure.
Too much radiation.
Can you imagine if they wanted you to spin it and forgot wired mice exist?
How
I can't
would-
imagine that.
I can't. Like, how do you register like full axis rotation on a
Stabilize
mouse?
the rotation.
Okay, stabilize the shuttlecraft by that. The Grayson. Okay. Oh no, they're not trapeze artists, are they? Oh crap!
Pulling in debris. I'm on it.
Wait, why are we doing it like this?
Look out of the back one. Look out of the back one.
I know. I've played the arcade game before. The Resolute just likes to do things by the seat of the pants. And stupidly.
I'm coming
That's
for
gonna take
you.
out the shuttle. There's the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
Nope.
I believe so.
Commander Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Display trajectory. Okay.
So,
Display trajectory. Yeah. Go here.
W!
Here we
I'm
go.
so glad I got to do that.
53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Got it.
Whoa! Someone's working hard on the bridge.
This could have been a cutscene. The whole game could have been a cutscene, arguably.
That-
But
yeah, that's the nature of a Telltale like.
refocus the tractor beam. With the D button.
Give him the D.
Give him the D. That's from the Excelsior. NCC 2000?
Oh my god, you're nerds. I just need to watch all the episodes, and then I'll be this good.
Sure, we'll get started on 800 hours of Star Trek.
Listen, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I used to do it on an annual basis, but, you know. Yep. The men.
It's Tasha Yuk.
Oh!
It is him.
Oh, they got a good sound alike.
Wow, I was not expecting. I know we joked about it, but I wasn't actually expecting it.
I kind of was.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
The eyes snap. Whoop. Yes, everyone who didn't see that before, we are taking part in a fundraising for the Transgender Law Center. You can
Thank you.
press exclamation mark donate to get a link
Carter Diaz.
at
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz.
in another $250
I have you to thank for my safe
we
arrival.
will reach a tier wherein I will speed run Majora's Mask. Learn the speed run.
All in a day's work, Ambassador.
It's hard to talk over them.
Quite dutifully. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Otari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
Storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all. Even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? All
Subspace
indications
ruptures.
say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems. Who knows
Bad news,
what it
guys.
might do
He
to a
kind
warp
of sounds like Xehanort. I think Spock might have been Norded.
Further investigation is called for.
I don't think it's Rutger Hauer, and I don't think it's
checks.
Christopher Lloyd.
Get to the bottom of this.
Sounds like AI.
Petty Officer Diaz.
Okay, that went
Yes,
over your
I got-
head.
I know that Leonard Nimoy voiced Xehanort at one point.
I'm honored to have
The
you.
original Xehanort.
I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
I got to talk to Spock.
Hey,
My day got a lot better.
I mean, Moore would shit his pants, but yeah, that's yeah.
Provocation to war. Oh boy, Klingon time.
It's no more Klingons.
Oh, we're not gonna do Shakespeare in the original Klingon.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Kaplach.
When are we getting a Star Trek world in Kingdom Hearts? We'll get a Star Wars world before that.
Captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
Motherfucker, I'm living.
Stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
We're all curious about the future, Ambassador. Specifically,
You know, the undiscovered
what
country.
exactly are we getting involved in here?
We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon.
That's Spock.
It's rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illidians have shared a mining operation there. The Illidians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illidians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
The Illidians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were
Yeah, it's a very good sound-alike.
But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Illidian fleet in open war.
Oh yeah, no.
Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective after all.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Illidians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illidians as a source of dilithium.
Strange.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So we've already played a part in this.
Unfortunately, that is indeed the case, Commander Rydek.
We're morally obligated to make this right.
Hold on. Our only obligation is to negotiate the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Illidian dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Illidian...
Introduce the Hotari to the concept of unionization. They are trying to do that right now. In the 1900s way of... We're about to break your legs, boss.
Energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't,
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared, should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
It's really funny, Jay. You keep going for the answers that I would kind of be going for.
Commander Westbrook,
Great
I
minds
want you
think
to
alike.
leverage our systems.
Cool, some differ.
Anomaly from here while we're gone.
Oh, I know. It's because you're holding onto the brain cell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Are you aware of the ancient human concept of swinging?
I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you
A
are
painting of
aware,
bismuth in the
there are
background.
limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions.
We're going off book.
Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to
Off the rails.
behind the scenes.
Oh, he's just going straight cowboy diplomacy. I appreciate
Revealing
that.
information that could lead to a resolution.
James Kirk rubs off on people.
Goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
So will the subtitles.
Did John Williams just enter the room and do like a weird Star Wars bit?
You know, I was
Kind
just
of got a
thinking
little
that,
bit.
yeah.
Of that, yeah. Are we doing Renegade or Paragon in Star Trek?
Renegon.
Yeah, Paragon, but we'll take the options to stab someone in the kidneys.
Paragade?
Mr. Diaz.
Sounds like a drink.
I understand you have already discussed the warp drive.
Paragade. It's got what plants crave.
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander.
There's a tribble in the systems.
On Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments.
However, he is
but
illogical, and I
derive
do not
any
agree with that.
satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
Do you enjoy anything?
The ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
Take that.
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
It seems like he's warming up to us.
Yeah.
Even Chovok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect.
Dermal
I
regenerator.
have to admit that I owe you one. You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay.
Great.
At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy.
It's always Saurian brandy.
But
They can't get Romulan ale. Or rather, maybe Romulan ale is no longer illegal, and it's just so easy to get. No one gives a shit.
It's always been easy to get.
All set.
Well, yeah, but you know.
It's like Cuban cigars. They're illegal, but, you know, everyone and their mother has them. Lawns.
Do you and your mother have them?
We don't smoke.
Hey, hang on a second. Scare quotes.
The scare quotes walks at midnight. Oh, you can hey, God, see, look up where the warp core is.
Oh,
Aw.
It's too late.
I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two
Oh
of
god,
you.
it is a polykill.
All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms.
Are you upset?
That's gonna work for me.
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. Just running the numbers, and things don't work out more often than they do. I like my friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that.
Rook's happy.
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see.
All right.
Relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
It's gonna be some sort of like
give it some scritches. Give it some scritches.
Okay, is this the warp core right here? This weird 3-ball thing?
3-ball thing looks like it would be the warp core. Unless it's primary engines.
Well, no, these are the impulse engines here.
No, you're right.
And the warp, that's the matter-antimatter reaction will be shunted down through here and into the nacelle. Yeah.
Probably got maximum warp of 0.7.
These
It's
things.
just lost the light speed.
These are warp 5 shuttles, I think.
Oh.
Anyway, let's swipe.
Scrub.
I'm literally scrubbing through a timeline.
They were
That's
only
funny.
about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
I do like that they went with a Discovery-style shuttle bay on this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Warp field
inversion.
Inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
Okay. Cascade failures. Oh no.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Carried a what? They didn't convert feet to inches. During the warp core startup routine, the
something field
generate field generators work together to produce a low intensity warp field. When the warp core is engaged, this field
a cascade amplification with additional efficiency from the matter-antimatter
energy from the matter-antimatter regulator to establish a stable, high-intensity warp field capable of FTL travel. Improved system calibration improper system calibration can result in the collapse of local space and
inversion of propulsion forces.
Would be
something towards the vessel?
Yeah, something towards the vessel. Primary and secondary backup systems exist to prevent this failure and require service according to Starfleet maintenance schedule. That
0728. Dick.
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Would the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code. Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Why can't I just do it with the mouse?
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. Right. That's the relays blowing.
And away they go.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked, or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide
but it
and
would be
conquer.
neither of those things.
You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other.
Okay,
check the coils.
Yeah, I need to see what this thing looks like.
Broken.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
Your tricorder can record and analyze data. Looking through it will reveal the unseen.
I'm gonna need everyone to be quiet. We need to see if they have the right sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the gamma radiation.
None of these coils are cracked.
Well, there's the other side.
Yeah, well, hold on.
Hey, my eyes are out here, not within my skeletal structure.
Out here?
Yeah. Shut up, it's stupid. Every time you take a step, it thinks that you're on a controller. That's really stupid. Deep scan.
Where am I going? Oh God.
You probably want to look at those things still.
No deviations detected.
Well, you got one of 3 anomalies apparently. Ooh, anomaly detected. Anomaly targeted.
Where?
It all the purple, I guess.
No, this is me switching modes. Biological, chemical, radiation.
Well, hang on. Go change the mode again.
One of 3,
look to the right. And look to the right and change the mode, please. Yeah. Anomaly targeted. You're targeting the anomaly right now, so you need to change to deep mode.
Okay.
leading-
Polyferronide deposits. The leading coils show evidence of routine maintenance to repair microabrasion from neutrino interactions. Okay. Is there a biological contaminant?
There's a man in there.
There's a little
There's
man.
stuff in the coils.
I stand by my triple theory. Scan all over for those tribbles.
What triple theory?
My triple theory was there was a tribble in there eating things.
Center coil, no fractures detected.
Okay then.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Nope.
Have you considered the starboard nacelle?
Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Why?
No, girlfriend.
Oh, they'll make this weird.
Yeah, they will.
Hey.
I'm not here.
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
You're the one with the important job to do. Keeping the captain safe. And Ambassador Spock.
It doesn't always feel that way. Baking in the hot sun, standing guard next to an empty shuttlecraft. But it has its moments.
You can sit in the shuttlecraft with the air conditioning.
Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
Oh, I'm punching you.
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go.
Awkward hug.
Not gonna lie.
Kiss her!
I'd rather not leave right now.
Do me a favor. Come back safe.
Deal.
Coward.
Hey, there's some decorum here.
Seeing you.
Can you imagine if you look through to one random character and you see the electronics?
Oh yeah, that'd be a little weird.
Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go.
Have you guys considered, I don't know, opening the nacelle and visually looking at the
coils in the
coil?
navigation array are fine, but
Where all the antimatter is?
No, that's in the
Ideas
core.
try field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
you want to take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, really?
On the Barbie?
Oh, he's doing it.
Oh, that's exactly what they're doing. Good job. Nothing to complain about.
Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
Just a nav computer.
The ship's computer can double check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now.
Scrubbing.
Swoop.
Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
And then an Omega symbol appears, and then we got a lot of explaining to
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
They divided by 0.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a runabout,
Just
but
fine.
okay.
Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Press W to warp.
1.2. 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
That's very strange.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Something is directly fucking with subspace. It's in Voyager. This protocol showed up. A particular experimental particle destabilized and obliterated subspace in a wide radius. It was impossible to create a warp field in that zone of space. So it became the Omega particle.
Ambassador Spock.
Was an Omega
Captain
protocol.
Welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come.
That,
Silas Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours. And this is Commander Jara.
It rescinds the Prime Directive, and the ship has to dedicate all resources to eliminating the particle at any cost.
Insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illyrians.
Because it could theoretically end space travel.
Representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Sidron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
I like these
Look at
designs.
these assholes. They're good designs, yeah. You don't have to deal with rubber foreheads.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me,
think we're about to begin.
I expect one party to be like rock and stone.
I don't know what we're walking into here. But that guy was something.
Something about his tone tells me this won't be easy.
That was my sense as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari, so I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
Yeah. I think I found out where the game's budget went. They actually have like bump mapping here and some wet floor reflections, and this looks nice.
Yeah, they probably didn't bother with the first, like, third of the game. Or however long it was.
Show strengths.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Holtari Prime.
The honor is
I
mine,
got 4 fingers.
Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Holtari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Elydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war!
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Saying this wouldn't be easy was an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliard?
She's not part
She
of...
can speak for herself, can she? Then let her.
Allow me to fuck everything up is one sentence. Why am I going up? And then I stab her.
Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else is not what you are.
The sound has been gradually getting worse, Gotcha. We don't know what's causing
It is
it.
standing before a queen.
It's a janky game.
Queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask.
Oh, you shit things by showing strength, not
Hotari
deference.
Prime, heart of the Hotari system.
My name is Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty. I prefer to be called by my name, not my species.
Then I suppose that makes us even. Commander Rydek. You are Kobliard.
Yes.
Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliard is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable.
Yes.
Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elydians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Elydians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliard suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
You gotta pick one. Don't do 3.
If the opportunity presented itself, and I wish that it had, more than you can know, then I would right the wrong without hesitation. For the sake of the Kobliad, we suffered enough.
Of course you would. It would be foolish to do otherwise.
Well,
the Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy.
Now.
It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business with the Elidians for decades, I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Elidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari.
No, you didn't.
We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Elidians?
We literally just got here.
Can only be one or the other, not both.
I will choose neither. No, I'm not.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
And you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's definitely going to be some regicide here.
I suppose there is some sense to that.
I like how the game just forced me down that hallway. I'm gonna get slapped for that one.
I hope we meet again, Jara Ryder.
You're definitely gonna have to spin this as like, you wanted me to get an in. I'm getting an in.
Here comes the ass kicking.
Here comes the spin.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front.
You're done.
You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Oh, that's it? Okay. Speak with members of each faction.
Speak with the water people.
I mean, this set looks right out of Strange New Worlds. I like it.
Yeah, no, this actually had some, like, anything put into it.
Yeah. I'm going to appreciate water. Click.
I appreciate water.
I also appreciate water.
They animated that entire set. Okay, it's like, okay, we're really proud of our water shelf. We're going to animate the sequence where the character walks over there, tilt her head, and then pay the voice actress to say the line, soothing.
Yep. I lost my children in the mines.
Such rough terrain.
Soothing.
No wonder the Hotari are so tough.
Soothing. You are Sidron.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Illidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
Even though the Hotari should have control of the mines, some of the Illidian claims are still valid.
There you're wrong, but we can agree to disagree.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Illidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed.
Okay, split that here if you want.
Owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Illidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Were the Hotari miners armed during the revolt? I'm just trying to understand how it happened.
If by that you mean armed with centuries of abuse and exploitation at the hands of the Illidians, then yes.
Also mining lasers.
Answer my question.
We had them vastly overwhelmed from the start. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
Not quite.
Contend with anything the Illidians might have in store.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all.
Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
What does God need
I
with
wouldn't
us?
say state of the art, but the Resolute is plenty capable and can hold its own against just about
Snark. Yeah, sure.
Let's hope so. Because at the moment, it's the only thing preventing them from wiping us off the map.
We're gonna call that a bluff.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Is that Ron Perlman?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he does much. Well, I guess voice acting isn't outside of the thing. I'll look that up.
I don't know. I just started to hear fucking Slade from Teen Titans out of him.
Sidron. Keith Silverstein.
Oh.
I know that name.
Yeah, I know that name too.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
Known for Genshin
If
Impact
anyone
and
deserves
Overwatch.
It's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement
Torbjorn!
than he is.
Oh.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Calvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of.
They've only got the one fuck-off ship.
Bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Because of what happened in the mines. Is it Galvin they're afraid of?
It's entirely possible. But I don't know for sure. Whatever Galvin is doing in those mines is turning everything upside down. But no one knows exactly what's happening.
Maybe I should go to the mines.
You probably want to go to the mines.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I've made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist.
Tribble Prime.
I suspect they're hiding something.
I meant to say Tribble Prime? That came out wrong. Tribble Prime? What the fuck is that?
Whisper, whisper.
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
I'm gonna give you a tricorder.
You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
And that saves us from having to render the mines.
Oh god.
Sorry, I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time.
I spoke to two people.
I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without Lydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. Clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price? Major Sergeant,
the hell was that?
Special Attaché, Lydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that the storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself.
You said the Hotari were primitive.
Well, they are.
Except for the part about weaponizing ion storms.
The enemy must be both weak and powerful.
Well, it is oddly timed and does specifically do one thing. So, yeah, it's a little sus. I might not have been too far off with that whole Omega particle idea. I don't know how the hell the Hotari pulled that one off, but stranger things have happened.
Well, it's a mine. Maybe there's an Omega particle rock.
What happened?
It's artificial.
Refused to concede anything, so the Illydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Back to the ship.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
That's happening!
Warp failed.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling.
You know what it is?
But could it
Stuck-up science guy is in Oblivion or Skyrim.
Must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired.
No, you're right.
Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano
He's the douchebag voice.
Negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him.
Cloud Disher.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand,
Yep.
we may be able to deploy subspace probes
It is absolutely Cloud District douche.
clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Big ol' smile.
Why was that so funny? It's like the warp engine was perfectly, like, centered behind them. He's just so happy.
I mean, he gets to do science stuff. This is what he joined up for.
Yeah, you get to see a sky no one's ever seen before, except for all the people who live on the planet that look up at the sky.
But we're just putting shuttles around.
Corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Q to ascend and E to ascend. Use the mouse to turn. Don't bump into things too much. The storm will push you around.
For the pylon.
No.
Alright, okay, impulse is good. Alright.
Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
Why are we? Look out! Something's coming in.
The shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
It's pronounced penchant. It's
Chovak
French.
Such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I'm driving here.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak's not so bad. You know, once you get used to him. And, I've learned a lot working under him.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to work harder to be a political animal like you. With this new first officer coming aboard.
Yeah, you kind of shit at it so far, kid.
You
Why
missed
am I
your
calling him
chance.
kid? I love and hate that the dangerous buggy UI means you can't save. It's a permadeath run. Otherwise, it asks you to save and see if you can get a game over.
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position.
Okay, the next time a scene comes up with a title, we're stopping. Because that's a checkpoint.
Okay.
Westbrook here. First probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem?
I just can't get a handle on her. Commander Rydek. On the one hand, she went with my idea to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. On the other, she wouldn't listen to me when I was trying to get you through the hull walk alive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye.
I just think you should listen to what I say all the time.
What the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well,
Instead of
one
me.
us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running.
That's douchebag talk for shut the fuck up.
1, mark.
Ooh!
What the fuck?
Whoa.
Did that just explode?
All right, that is definitely a problem
Yeah.
with the fabric of space.
Subspace is broken here.
That ain't good. Also, I'm gonna mention this again and do a shill. Hi, everybody. Oh, we're taking part in a fundraiser for the Transgender Law Center.
We'll deploy the second probe there.
There are various reward tiers that ourselves and several other folks are going to be.
Make sure you're never just one thing.
Oh my goodness, I need to mute this while I'm trying to listen. Sorry.
Your face that you lose sight of
Several reward tiers for various streams, fun challenges that we're going to do. There's several other group members, streams who are part of this group. Girl Stream Team, Cobalt Tune.
Sure.
Why are you being so friendly to me?
I forget what Vera's thing is. I need to have a list better. Point is, if you do !donate,
and you've got potential,
you'll bring up a link to donate to the fund. Our goal is $5,000, and we are already $500 in after just 2 days of starting this fundraising. It's for a good cause, and if we reach $750, I will be learning how to speedrun Majora's Mask and doing that on stream at some point.
Your boss, Chovak, first. He's the one who has to put you up for consideration.
When the time or when things are monetarily right for you, you can donate towards this cause. We would greatly appreciate it. We are going for the entire month of June, and we will also keep our eyes peeled for anyone who is streaming that's taking part in this charity fundraiser.
Yeah.
Here. This is close
and
enough.
I
Stop
will
the
also put this in the link.
Probe.
That's a link to the Queers Fight Transphobia official
Westbrook,
Twitter account.
Chovak, we're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Oh dear.
There it is again.
Oh, that's not good.
It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Okay, one there.
We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the
No, where the sound is crunchy, subspace is fucked.
See, I was right. It's the Ion Storm. It's coming from the moon.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
We're under attack and we didn't even know it. We need to stop them. Unplug whatever it is they're hitting us with.
Now, look here. It's current readings of the Ion Storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam. They're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
What's with this fucking Clone Wars music?
You know, it's part of the Star Wars trek.
Explanation for how they're doing this.
Okay, so that
Previously on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
that's where we're gonna end things. That's no moon; it's a space station.
Okay, this is janky as fuck, but I kind of love it.
Yeah, no, it's a great story.
Yeah, it grew on me.
Yeah, same here. It's the Omega Moon. You're gonna be annoyed at the spoiler. Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, thanks for hanging out tonight. Special thanks to all of our Twitch subscribers scrolling on screen now. Couldn't do what we do without your support. If you haven't yet, give us a follow on Twitch and a subscription on YouTube. Hey, also a subscription on Twitch. That helps us out immensely. And keep an eye on Team RetroFox on Twitter for schedules and updates. And, just drop a note, say hi. We're always there. Keep the light on for you. That's a hotel slogan. Never mind. Who are we rating?
Just having a quick look to see if any of the folks who are taking part in this are on at the moment. Doesn't seem to be, so I think we've got free reign to raid anyone we want.
Great, let me close the game so I can open a web browser without the computer trying to implode.
Meowpenheimer's on.
Meowpenheimer is on. That works for me.
Ooh.
He's got a brain above his brain. I love it.
That didn't
Double
work.
brain.
Oh.
Hold on, I gotta do it from within Twitch.
Don't forget the black PNG tuber from Mystery Science Theater idea. Thank you for the reminder, Rook.
Yes. Well,
yeah, if they ever do commercials or free movies, yeah, we'll definitely try that.
We should definitely do commercials.
Yeah, we'll put together something down the line here. We'll see you tomorrow night with Dungeons and Dragons. Have a good night, everybody.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.